And the geek shall inherit the podcast. Hey guys, one quick thing, if you haven't done it already before we get started, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will forever be indebted to you. Let's get started. On the topic of Avengers Doomsday, based on the cryptic message that the Russo brothers dropped on us the other day, and a lot of us think it says AVX. For those of you who don't know, AVX, Avengers vs. X-Men, was a 12-issue comic that came out, and it was basically started because Cable coming back from an effed up future in which a mutant named Hope Summers was killed, and because of that all the mutants are wiped out. So he believes that this mutant, Hope Summers, was killed by the Avengers. So he comes back in time to take out the Avengers one by one before they can ruin the future. And then it turns into this thing where the Phoenix is part of Hope. Then you have the X-Men and the Avengers fighting to get to Hope. And it turns into this whole crazy thing where the certain X-Men start inhabiting the power of the Phoenix, and they're just like invincible and turn evil, and oh my gosh, it's insane. The comic is insane. I don't know how much of that they're gonna adapt for this. Granted that we are all right about AVX. There's certain things that are all tied into a common denominator, which leads right to Franklin Richards. Okay, and when I knew that they were gonna bring in Franklin into Fantastic Four First Steps, I was a little shocked by that. And at first I thought, is this like a lame move to make it more like family oriented? And now knowing all these connections that Franklin has, and my theory that they're going to replace the concept of Hope Summers, who I forgot to mention, not only was she the inhabitant of the Phoenix, she was also the first mutant reborn after the House of M events, which, to break it down shortly, Scarlet Witch used her powers to wipe out every mutant in existence by saying the words, "No more mutants." Classic line. And after that event, she was the first one born. Cerebro reactivates after so long, picks up her energy and explodes. It's crazy. So she serves as a very important cog in this whole thing. So I'm thinking that they're going to replace her story with something with Franklin, because we see Doom, we know that he's coming for the baby, and we know that he from the tagline, the little synopsis that we got, he unleashes a catastrophic event across the multiverse, right? This is what Doom does. And we already have Galactus, who the Fantastic Four probably put in place. They put him where he needs to be for these movies, when they just had him fall through that wormhole and sent him to the other end of the universe. We don't know what's on the other end of the universe. It could be the 616 for all we know. And knowing how powerful Franklin is in the comics and seeing what he did in the movie, there is a 90% chance that he is the center of everything, just like Hope Summers was. And I'm going to break down little things that if it could be considered a spoiler, so if you want to tune out from now, because they might give away some clues to where they're going with Avengers Doomsday, aka AVX. But if you're okay with it, let's roll, because some of you probably already read these comics and you probably know a lot more than I do. But here we go. So one, Franklin becomes an Omega level mutant. He's beyond actually Omega level. And remember, they considered Storm an Omega level, and Professor X and Magneto. So he is beyond them. And he's a result of the Celestials genetic experiments. So they made him more powerful than themselves, I believe. So that's one. And we already have the Celestials, thanks to the Eternals. Then, in the movie, in First Steps, we see a little dose of his power, which is the power to restore life. His mother died trying to use her energy to push Galactus through the portal, and Franklin, touching his mother, his eyes glowing, she came back to life. So that in and of itself is an incredible power. The power to restore life. You're a god practically. Franklin becomes so powerful that Galactus becomes his herald in one of the comics. What do you think about that? That sounds pretty powerful to me, right? It's that kid that is scrawny and younger than you, and you're the bully who wants to pick on him for his lunch money with all your other bully friends. You find out the hard way that that kid is a black belt and he whoops your ass in front of all your friends. That is who Franklin is in the MCU. Okay, so number 4, Agatha Harkness was his babysitter. Now, this was a good, happy witch. So this version of Agatha would have to be in an alternate reality. It can't be the Agatha that we have now. Maybe in an alternate reality that we would see in Doomsday. Maybe in the world of the Fantastic Four. She exists. The good witch, Agatha Harkness. So we have that, and we can have Catherine Hahn coming back to play that too. Why not? That would be amazing. So that's another connection there. Now another connection, and this is pretty big. He's connected to some of the biggest villains in the MCU in one form or the other. So 1, we already know, Doctor Doom. 2, he has a connection to Kang through Nathaniel Richards. So Nathaniel Richards is a descendant of Kang. And let's not forget the biggest kicker. He is the father of Mr. Fantastic. Ding, 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 ding. We also have him connected to Onslaught, who many of us believe is coming in X-Men 97. Onslaught, it became such a major threat that it took the X-Men and the Avengers and the Fantastic Four teaming up to get Franklin back from Onslaught after he kidnapped him to use him to, in order to use Franklin's power to warp reality. And one other baddie that has just been initiated officially, we have Mephisto. And that was one of the villains that tortured Franklin. Franklin didn't defeat him. He literally put him through hell. So there's so many connections that have already been set that are there in the MCU that we don't have to try and force these stories in. A lot of times we've been asking, what is the connection? What are the puzzle pieces here for all these phases that we've been going through after Endgame, and nothing really makes sense. And I honestly believe that they're going to finally make it make sense. And one extra thing, and this is the big spoiler here. Franklin has the ability to create universes. He can create worlds. Now it's coming together, isn't it? Right? If we know where this is all going with these movies, now you can see why Franklin, in my opinion, is the key to everything. So that's about it, man. I just wanted to give you guys a little update, a little vibe, a little breakdown on why I think this is really going to be an AVX movie, and the fact that Franklin is now officially in the mix along with all these other key players, like I said, that they can spin off of: Mephisto, Kang, Doom, X-Men. It's all in place. And just as I'm wrapping this up, I see a new notification pop up, which is perfect timing for me to let you guys know that the first teaser for Avengers Doomsday is coming in 2 months, and it's going to be with Avatar, Fire, and Ash. So when that movie comes out, we are going to get the first official teaser for Avengers Doomsday. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.